Okay, Islam. Allah, Spirit of Noble Drew Ali, Islam. I'm around the Arrington-Bey.
Mine is a Bro Gray Bay.
Islam. I'm at an extended stay, Annapolis. This is our room, not the best in cleaning. We got to clean it up, but this is our room in an extended stay, Annapolis. Okay, Imani, turn it towards me. Okay. I earned money today. It's January 27th,
2022.
Okay, so we're gonna do our prayer. This is how we maintain. This is a affirmation that we do to maintain separation of unclean, unnatural spirits, because we know we are among DNA manipulation. We know that which speaks Spanish, whether they're from Mexico, South America, a lot of them. When I say a lot, I should say too many are mixed with different forms of animal DNA. It could come from birth through the telepathic code that they insert inside the fetus of a child while the mother is pregnant, or it could come afterwards. But we know that too many of them are not what you would consider in the status of human Islam, and that's why so many of them, whether they are from South Central America, or that look to be from different parts of India, that brown skin, black hair, mongoloid look, are mixed with some form of animal, some type of animal. That's why I hear so many of them in Annapolis, and they also are connected to the United States military. And because of the behavior, and if they connect to the United States military, it leaves me under the assumption that that which they are connected to in reference to the U.S. military is unnaturalized. And if they are unnaturalized, then they are controlled by usually a banking system, a corrupt banking system, and that is in connection to the television, which is also a satellite. So that's just them. But then also there's the black Negro, African American, that's also unclean and unnatural in spirit. Money, you don't know if it can even see me. You have to look.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay. So that the unclean, unnatural African American female has always been classified as an animal. She or it does not have to be connected to the military. It has always been classified and identified as an animal through its thoughts and behavior. With the telepathic code, I think it just enhanced it even more. So knowing that they are these that a government that exists is deliberately and have been deliberately manipulating DNA with whatever, then it's important to separate our lines. That African American female, which is unnatural and unclean in spirit, also breeds or have black African American Negro males. And this is also in connection to the United States military. Because if that which is connected to the United States military behave odd, violent, rape, which if they're doing it here, rape mentally, spiritually, physically, if they're doing it on this landmass in the open, then you know when they were overseas, they raped, molested, forced bred, made women have children overseas in other lands. So getting to the point, they don't have to be connected to the United States military. It could be an average citizen that also, and this is in connection to the television, which is a satellite, and that is controlled or consists of artificial intelligence that also has DNA manipulation. You don't know what it is, have no idea what it is you see on TV that is demonstrating or presenting themselves as you would think a human, but it's not human. Islam, and it's not out of this world. It is literally some form of laboratory experiment that a government is deliberately breeding. So if it's a laboratory experiment mixed with different forms of animal DNA, then that is susceptible. Animals are susceptible, many of them, to viruses and diseases. So that can explain why so many viruses and diseases exist high or have a high status in certain communities, such as the Black, Negro, African American community, and that which is in Hispanic. Okay, that includes the pale skin. So what we are doing as Moorish Americans who know we are among unclean, filthy spirits, not all have to be connected to the military, but in Annapolis, a lot of them are connected to the United States military. Whether they speak Spanish from Mexico, El Salvador, South America, or the African American Negro, or the pale skin. A lot of them are connected to the United States military and the police in Annapolis. And yes, they behave like animals. Not all, but a lot of them behave like animals, unruly, unlawful, and definitely, once again, if they rape and molest here, and they threaten to do it to your child here, or have done it to your child here, when they were overseas, they did a lot worse when there was to those that didn't have TV or internet access. It's not saying that the TV would help, because the TV paints a perfect picture of a rapist if they want to. Okay, especially if they are involved. If an artificial intelligence is involved in sex trafficking, raping all around the earth through the satellite of the TV, it's going to demonstrate and present what it wants on the screen. So this is what we do to separate ourselves, because it is no doubt in my mind what's really a part of what's really is going on in reference to, in connection to prophecy, whether it's the Holy Bible prophesizing these unclean, filthy spirits, or Prophet Noble Joe Ali prophesizing in Caveat Emptor about certain Moors that have aligned or treated or made deals with them, or in the Quran and certain scriptures in reference to those who believe and those who don't. Many texts speak of certain things, but in different ways, but in the same aspect. So this says about our frequency as Moors. And also I must say this, for instance, I would never befriend anyone personally at Burger King where I work at, ever, because I've been there since June of 2016. Now I can say it's January 27, 2022. Now, at first I didn't know. For years I had no idea how close and intertwined the United States military and police was involved with those I worked among. But now that I've seen the odd behavior, I would not befriend anyone that is personally at Burger King. No one there can say that they have befriended me, or anyone here in Annapolis, Maryland, or in Monterey Bay. And yes, it is because of the United States military being so closely involved with Burger King. Islam, and those that work there seem to, a lot of them have a connection, family members, so forth, with the United States military, Navy, and Army. But not all Black African American that are unclean and filthy, diseased spirits are in the United States military. Some of them are in the Nation of Islam. Some of them are animals in the Nation of Islam, NOI. Some of them are go to church, Islam. Some of them might even be in our Moorish nation, because they were allowed to join or be a member of our Moorish American nation. Some of them might be in a mosque, all right, because the breeding process of these animals to lower the frequency in ancient lines is real, and it is an agenda. So getting back, that African American female that's unnatural and unclean is a beast. It is a beast. And the Black Negro male that is her counterpart is a beast along as more or that what they would call a buck. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. So I run the Arrington-Bey and Imani-Gray-Bey. Imani say Imani-Gray-Bey?
Imani-Gray-Bey.
As a natural divine celestial being.
As a natural divine celestial being.
Ancestors.
And
naturalized Moors.
And natural laws of freedom.
As we return to ancient infinite knowledge. Ancient infinite knowledge. Of 360 degrees. Spiritually. Religiously. Cosmic. As we harmonize with. Divine righteous spirits. Of Allah. Known and unknown. We affirm. To uphold. And maintain. Our divine covenant of the Most High. Allah. Love. Truth. Peace. Freedom. And justice. Which involves. Protecting. And raising. Our divine frequency. In. Our ancient infinite ancestral lines. In. Our. Ancient. Infinite. Ancestral lines. I, Imani Zabrel Gray. And I, Rhonda Gray-Bey. Thank you. I, Imani Zabrel Gray-Bey. And I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey. Did I say Bay at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I, Rhonda Renee Arrington-Bey. Will. To separate. Infinitely. Through thoughts. Words. And deeds. From the unclean. Unnatural. Abomination spirits. Diseased. And healed. Diseased. So it says, so I'm saying separate infinitely through thoughts, words, and deeds from the unclean, unnatural, abomination spirits, diseased and healed from a disease of the. So even if they are healed from the disease.
Diseased and healed from the disease.
Okay. Islam of the African Americans. Negro blacks. Mexican. South and Central Americans. The pale skin. Artificial intelligence. Etc. Wherever. The unnatural. Unnaturalized. Filth. May exist. This lifetime. And. All. Lifetimes. In all lifetimes. Okay. And so when I said unnatural filth may exist, it's last lifetime. Okay. I see what I said. In last lifetime. So artificial intelligence, etc. Wherever the unnaturalized filth may exist, last lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that is. In all lifetimes. Okay, then I put a seal here. The seal says Matthew 13:20 sections 1 and 19. You remember what section 1 of the 1320 is?
Freedom of religion.
Right. And 19?
If I remember correctly, 19 is declaring that we're forever free.
Yes, exactly. U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, Amendment 1, freedom of religion.
Right, freedom of religion.
Surah 2, 190, 191. You might have to recall that. Says you should fight all that will invade your mind, your thoughts, the temple, your holy temple. Surah 361, 145 to 148 and 28. And we can go through that and read. And then this one here says, okay, I'll
I, Arrington-Bey, and
Rhonda Arrington-Bey,
as Moorish
Americans,
divine natural beings,
celestial beings,
reject the code
of telepathy
that
a foreign government, U.S. military, controlled by corrupt banks, have distributed to the population. Unnaturalized U.S. military,
Navy
Army, etc.,
as
true Americans, naturalized citizens, Moorish Americans. We reject any version of the code, telepathy, slave amalgamation, and breeding.
I, Imani
Zabril Gray Bay. Oh, whoops, that's you. And Rhonda Arrington-Bey.
may never
amalgamate, personally befriend, sexually amalgamate
with an
African American, black, Mexican, El Salvador, Hispanic, etc., pale skin, white American,
other forms of
unnatural, unclean spirits that we know
exist in Annapolis,
Maryland. We are not experiments, chattel property, corporate citizens, beast or an animal.
I, Imani Zabril Gray Bay, and
Rhonda Arrington-Bey
don't know anyone personally in Annapolis, Maryland. Nor do we want to. As
Moorish Americans.
We are a clean, divine race.
We are a clean and divine race. Islam. Also, dealing with the Hispanics, I want to remember in reference to the television being a satellite. A lot of the black Negroes, here, Monty, turn around, are on TV. And so they know, if you can see that the TV is a satellite, then you know they know the history of your family. And so when you're dealing with history and you're dealing with different forms of murder and sacrifice, see, these spirits, these unclean spirits, artificial intelligence, they do sacrificial rituals. And so when I have connected with thoughts, these Hispanics, that a lot of them are connected to the United States military, black Negro, that is also connected to the satellite, the television, they are trying to implement some form of sacrifice. When you're dealing with unclean spirits who have so much control, where they can send a download to anything and anyone that has that telepathic code, and not only that, the TV shows many movies in reference to unclean spirits, sacrifices, serving demon gods. So these Hispanics, a lot of them, along with the black Negro, African American, along with the pale skin, that worship that artificial intelligence, the satellite, that television, they are dealing with sacrifice mentality. So when they keep, by them stalking this area, this room, I'm recording, hearing feedback, they are trying to implement a form of sacrifice. That's why the Hispanic that speaks Spanish from Mexico, El Salvador, South America is stalking the room. That's why they keep saying I love you, because they're trying to implement a form of sacrifice along with the black, Negro, African American, male and female, the pale skin, but mainly those two melanated, the ones I just spoke of, that the black, Negro, and the Hispanic. Islam. All right, that's it.